Hello everyone, so welcome you all to Ashok Tutorials Meghalaya's first MTech channel. So today, we have already completed uh, health education class 10 unit 1, and there were 3 chapters, chapter 1, 2 and 3. So the first chapter was how mature are you, the second chapter was you and your family, and the last chapter was marriage and family life. So if you have not watched unit 1, then kindly go and watch unit 1 chapter 1 2 3, which is already uploaded in YouTube channel. So today in this video we are going to discuss unit 2 roughly. We are just going to see like what are the content of the unit 2. Of course we are not going to start with chapter 2 today, I mean chapter 1 today. We'll just see the overview, like what are the things in unit 2. So let us see what we have. So as we know, unit 1 was for growth and development, right? And let us see what is unit 2 all about. So unit 2 is all about diseases. You know what are diseases, right? So infections, different type of diseases, malaria, then diphtheria, then polio. So uh, you know the acquired diseases, the inherited diseases, the chronic diseases, the acute diseases. So all those, the vaccination, then smallpox, chickenpox, cholera, dysentery. So all this, measles, chickenpox, all this we are going to study in detail in this particular unit. So first of all, let us see how many chapters are there in this unit. So let me zoom it, right? Yes, let me zoom it for you. All right. So altogether you have got 4 chapters here. How many chapters? 4 chapters. All right. So the first chapter is on some defense measures against diseases, and this chapter will be based on immunity and immunization. What is that? Immunity and immunization. So we will study like what are the defense measures against these diseases, and at the end of this video please post the name of the disease which shook the entire world, which shocked the entire world in 2019. So what is that disease known as? Comment it in the comment section. Let me see if you remember the deadly disease. Then again, see, in this chapter 1, some defense measures against diseases, we have very special content or article on Mission Indradhanush. So we will see what do we mean by Mission Indradhanush. So we will study that. All right. Now chapter 2 will be National Health Program. So we have to understand like what are the different programs for our health, how can we take care of our health, where to go when we are sick, where to available the the what do we call it, health cards and all. So those things we will see. Then importance of people's participation in the implementation of health programs, and we shall see like how the people and how their participation help in the implementation of different type of programs, be it health programs or any free free checkups and all, right? So let us see. Then the last chapter, that is chapter 4, will be about primary health centers, meaning and scope, healthcare setup in rural and urban areas. So we shall discuss in detail about the PHCs, right? Then we will see about what are the meaning of that, then what are the scope of that, then how is this healthcare centers functioning in rural and urban areas. So that also we should look into now. So as you know that unit 2 is about diseases, and there are 4 chapters we have to complete on this, right? So let us see the first introduction. See, I'm not going to teach anything here. We'll just see the overview of the introduction, like what are they, right? So this is just the overview. This is not the beginning of the chapter. This is just the gist of the entire unit. Like what are the things we are going to learn in this entire unit? That is what we will see, right? So let us see. Unit 2, diseases. The word diseases means an illness that affects people or animals, especially one that is caused by infection. See, whenever we hear the word disease, what do you understand? The spelling is D-I-S, dis, and ease, E-A-S-E. So ease means what? ease means we are disease free. When you are doing march past, what do? Stand at ease, attention, stand at ease, right? So ease means aram se you are enjoying your life, you are healthy, you are wealthy, and you are, your full body have no infections, no diseases, and you are perfectly fine. So that is when we say you are aram se, or you are in ease. But then whenever we are putting the word dis in front, then it is opposite of that. So if I put see, if I wherever we put this, right, it becomes the opposite. Suppose if we say qualify, the opposite of qualify is disqualify, right? So like that. So disease means it is a condition in which the human beings or the animals or the plant, we are not in proper shape, or we are suffering from one kind or the other type of disease, right? Then there is right before that, wait. So whenever the body or any of its part do not function properly and the person suffers as a result, we call it disease, all right? So see, whenever you are not feeling well, you're having stomach pain, you are having toothache, you're having earache, or you are having headache, or you're having gastric problems, right? All of us, we have gastric problems these days. Or you are having throat pain or cough and cold. So any type of disabilities, not exactly disabilities, any type of uh, uneasiness in the body is termed as disease. So this suffering can be physical, such as fever, body pain. See, they have mentioned the name of the diseases. Like, these sufferings can be physical, like you have body pain and all, then fevers, then injuries, then sores. However, it can also be cognitive, as schizophrenia and depression, or social, such as maladjustment in family life. See, when we say somebody is not well or is suffering from disease, it's a very, very broad term. Alright? It does not mean that you are having fever, or you're having stomach pain, or you're having headache. Not that. When we talk about diseases, it also means the relationships we have with our family members, our relatives, our family, near and dear ones, right? So, in order to live a healthy life, we should have good relations in our body as well as with our neighbors, family members. Now, what happens? Depression. I hope you all have heard the name depression. So, what do you understand by depression? So, depression is a condition, right? It's a condition in which what happens, you know, depression happens because of some incident in your life, because of your breakup with your loved ones, because of failure in examination, because of unsuccessful attempt in your examination, or not being able to get a job, or having a broken family. So all these are the causes of depression. So how depression takes place? See, depression will not take place in one day, right? But the moment you start overthinking, what is it? Overthinking. So when you are overthinking every day, you are taking stress, anxiety, and you don't feel, you are not living in the present moment, but you in the future or in the past. Why? Because you are not stable. And why you're not stable? Maybe some incident might have happened in your life. So every day, if you are taking tensions, anxiety, if you are taking stress every day, your health will be deteriorated, and then what will happen is that one day you will find yourself ending up in depression. So depression is not good at all, because when somebody is suffering from depression, he or she has to take medicines, and in the what to say when this depression becomes uncontrollable, what happens is that the people might even have suicidal thoughts. So what is suicidal thought? Suicidal means somebody trying to do suicides, which is illegal. If anybody tries to attempt suicide and if anybody informs the police, that person will be taken into jail, right? So suicides, these are not the solutions to your problems. So that's why you should do something where you can actually find out the solution to your problem, right? Then let us see, if I explain, there are lots and lots of things to explain, but I don't want to make this video a long one, so let me go short. Let's see. So in this unit we shall discuss group of diseases. There will be two type of diseases, that is, one will be communicable disease, another will be non-communicable disease. All right, communicable means which will be transmitted from one person to another. Non-communicable means which will not be transmitted from one person to another. Communicable can be like COVID-19 and non-communicable can be like asthma, right? Alright, so let me go and see what we have. So communicable diseases are the diseases which are caused by germs or microorganisms, worms or other parties. So see, when somebody is suffering from a communicable disease, he or she might be infected with microorganisms like bacteria, virus, fungi, right? Then usually these are infectious and spread from a person to person. Measles, diphtheria, cholera to the healthy ones. See, they have given the example of communicable disease, that is measles, diphtheria and cholera. These are the type of diseases which are caused by bacteria, viruses and fungi and are transmitted from one person to another, right? Then we have non-communicable disease. So like heart attack, cancer, diabetes are non-communicable disease, which means it is not transmitted from one person to another. Many people think that cancer is transmitted from one person to another, right? But it is not so. Cancer is not transmitted from one person to another. It is a non-communicable disease, right? Then the prevention of diseases, we must know at least. See, we all know that prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure, right? So we should take some step in order to prevent these diseases, right? So the cause of the disease and the ways in which they spread, we have to know, like, how is this disease caused, what are the precautions we can take, or what is the mode of this disease transmission. So those things we need to know. Then the measures of prevention, like what can we do in order to avoid that. Suppose if you want to avoid getting malaria, you know that you have to use a mosquito net, you have to use mosquito repellent, you have to use Mortein, good night, whatever you like, right? And you have to escape yourself from mosquito bites, right? You have to stay away from mosquitoes so that you don't get malaria or dengue, right? Then signs and symptoms, and you also need to know, like, what are the different signs and symptoms. Suppose when we are suffering from malaria, what do we feel? We feel very cold, right? We feel very cold, very chilled and high fever, we have headache, we have, right? So you need to know that. For early diagnosis, it is very important to have regular medical checkups. See, if you want to diagnose your problems early, you need to have regular checkup with your doctors, right? See, do you know there are certain facts written here? Let me read out. Disease can be classified as communicable and non-communicable. As I already told you, disease can be classified into two. One will be communicable, another one will be non-communicable, right? The role of the agent, principal, causative factor, the host whom it affects, and the environment which favors its essential sometimes for the occurrence of disease should be kept in mind while treating the diseases. All right. See, who causes the disease, to whom the disease is caused, and what is the mode of transmission of the place or the surrounding or the neighborhood or the environment or the ecosystem in which the disease is caused. Those things we need to understand, right? Then we have the awareness about the causation, mode of spread and prevention of malaria, dengue, typhoid, cholera, tuberculosis, tetanus is helpful in preventing them. See, this is what I already said. All fever cases must be blood tested for malaria parasites of microfilaria, correct? So when a doctor doubts that this person might be suffering from malaria, the doctor will give blood test, right? And I will give you one, task to do, a very simple one. Just comment in the comment section, like, what is the name of that mosquito which causes malaria. Let me see how smart you are. Then all fever, all right. So all right, so what is the name of the test which is used in our malaria test? Is also known as what? What is that name given to malaria test? MP test, right? Malaria parasite test. Then anti-mosquito measures are very important for prevention of malaria. See, I've already said this. Then leprosy is curable just like tuberculosis. Leprosy is a very, very deadly disease, right? Very, very deadly disease. You just Google it or you just watch it in YouTube, like when a person is getting leprosy, what happens to his body. Just watch that. It's very, very deadly. One of the important defenses of the body against disease is the production of antibodies. See, in our body, there is production of antibodies whenever a foreign microorganism enters our body itself produces a antibody, which means, see, sometimes what happens when you are sick, you are getting headache or you are having cough and cold, you are not taking any medicines, right? But still it goes by itself. Why does it happen? It happens because your body have the immunity to fight back, right? Your WBC, the white blood corpuscles or the white blood cells, it will fight against it. All right, the antibodies will be produced in your body in order to fight that diseases. That's why as soon as possible, as much as possible, we should avoid taking medicines. Every day you take paracetamol, right? Every day we are taking, every time whenever we feel headache, whenever we feel fever, we are taking paracetamol, but it is not good. Let your body fight with itself first. Don't immediately take the medicines, because the body is naturally designed in such a way that it can fight with the disease, right? Right. There are two types of immunity, natural or inborn and acquired. See, there are also two types of immunity. One is natural immunity, another one is acquired immunity. Natural immunity means the immunity which you get from your parents or from your genes. It is there in your genes. And another one, acquired, means of course that has to be acquired, right, from outside. Now, periodic health checkup is not only meant for detecting defects, deformities and disease at the earlier stage or prevent incurable complications, but also for appraising the health status. Now see, we never like to go to doctors, right? Whenever we feel sick, we go to the pharmacies and we buy the medicines for ourselves, right? Is this good? No, this is not good. Self-medication, this is called self-medication. Self-medication is not good, right? Of course, in case of emergency, you have no choice, no problem. If you're having a pain and you want to take painkiller, pharmacists also, they are expert, fine. But then do not do it only in emergency cases. But if that is also possible to avoid it, because without doctor's consultation you should never take medicines, right? Don't become doctors. We are not doctors. So if we are not doctors, we should not do a doctor's job. So you should always consult the doctors. In case of emergency, you see what has to be done. Whenever possible or whenever needed, do medical checkups. Monthly or yearly or in 6 months, you have to do your medical checkup just to see your overall body, right? Especially do all the CBCs, the blood test, right? Then, all right, so this is the end of this video. Here I have already explained, I have given you the overview of Unit 2. Unit 2 have got 4 chapters, so we will study one by one, but today I have just given you the overview, like what are the things we are going to learn in this chapter, right? So see, the next will be chapter 1, some defense measures against diseases, immunity, immunization. So we shall see this later on. So I think this is enough for today, right? So you have to comment 2 things. The disease which occurred in 2019, you have to name that disease. Another thing I ask you to do is that you have to name the mosquito which causes malaria, right? And also if you can name the parasite which causes malaria. So this is all in this video. Thank you everyone for staying connected with Ashok Tutorials, Meghalaya's first MCAT channel. Thank you.